Some of my favorite Christmas movies are the claymation movies by Rankin Bass. And there was a hotel in Florida having an ice show based on them. So when I learned I had an opportunity to bring my kids to that show, I just had to do it. And man, it was amazing. I think they said something like 2 million pounds of ice were used to create this exhibit. But oh my God, they had all my favorite characters. Now, I might be showing my age, but if you watch these movies, then you recognize some of these characters. You recognize some of these scenes like Santa Claus, Rudolph, and Sam the Snowman, who was voiced by Burl Ives. And not only was it a beautiful experience, but some parts of the exhibit were photo ops, so I got to capture the moments. Now, I want to say I did this for the kids, and honestly, I did. But I also did it for myself because, man, this really took me back to my childhood. I felt like a kid again. And I'll tell you, as a nostalgic kid, like, there's nothing that makes me happier than reliving some of my happiest moments. You know, before the bills kicked in and the knees started hurting. And I love that there were little interactive parts like this tunnel because I got to see my kids be kids. And that's what making innocence matter is all about, allowing them to enjoy their youth. I sure wish this was around when I was a child. Or maybe it was, but I didn't have this experience growing up. I can't express enough how beautiful it was. But aside from crawling through the tunnel, the kids got to go down an ice slide. Now, my son was a little bit scared, I'll be honest. However, my daughter, she was just too excited. She went again and again and again. And admittedly, they made it look so fun, I had to give it a try. But man, I'm getting too old for this stuff. And they included all of the characters, not just Frosty, not just Rudolph, not just Santa, but even the Misfit toys and all of the side characters. Oh man, honestly, I was nerding out. So I just had to get a picture. And I really loved how much my kids enjoyed it because I know I enjoyed it. I'm willing to bet I enjoyed it more than them, to be honest with you. Especially because they had Bumble. And he wasn't just there once or twice. He was there a few times. And this is one of my favorite characters in the movie. Now, this slide was a little too small for me, so I skipped on it. But my kids really enjoyed themselves. And it was more my son's speed. Also, that knee problem I mentioned earlier, yeah, I was not going through that tunnel. But on the other side of the tunnel was Bumble again. And he was incredible. I cannot believe this was hand sculpted. I mean, look at Santa. Look at Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen and Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. Now, unfortunately, the Rudolph exhibit was over, but I also enjoyed this nativity set carved of ice. They had the three kings, Jesus, his parents. It was just beautiful. I also really loved this giant angel statue. Now, here's some details about the exhibit. You could pause the video and read them if you want, but I'm not going to read them. After the exhibit, we stepped into the gift shop, and they had Rudolph everything. Honestly, the gift shop was amazing too. They had snow globes, picture frames, keychains, sweaters, ornaments. I mean, everything you can think of, from light up toys to candles to headbands to board games to even squishmallows. Oh, and they had a Build-A-Bear in there with custom Build-A-Bears. But after being in that cold room, I really needed some hot cocoa. And this was the best hot cocoa I've ever had. And before we left, my kids got to write letters to Santa to let him know what they wanted for Christmas. Admittedly, my son can't write, so he just drew some stuff. And my daughter's been pretty naughty, so I don't know why she even bothered. But they got to send their letters off to Santa, and they really had fun. My son couldn't reach, but he's got a big sister to help him. And thank you for watching. The end.
Merry Christmas! Merry Christmas!